These three radios, along with a few others, make up our mid-tier range of CarPlay and Android Auto radios. Here, I have the DMH-2000NEX, the DMH-W3000NEX, and the DMH-W3050NEX. The reason I want to talk about these three together is because they're very similar. They're all built on the same platform, but they have a few key differences, and if you're shopping on your own, you might have some questions. This video is to clear that up and help you choose which one best fits your needs. First, I want to talk about what they all have in common. All three units were built to solve real-world frustrations, like connection dropouts, laggy interfaces, and buried menus. If you're like me, you just want a smooth, dependable CarPlay and Android Auto experience with fast access to essential controls, stable connections, a clean and easy-to-use interface, and consistency day to day. They all have, obviously, Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, a 6.8-inch capacitive touchscreen, the quick access menu, as well as quick swipe controls to be able to go back and forth from the home screen and back to CarPlay or Android Auto, improved system reliability and interface responsiveness through beefier chipsets and improved specs, a clean and simple UI layout designed to make accessing your most used features as easy as possible. All three models also have a premium 32-bit AKM DAC, giving you that true pioneer sound that you've come to know, love, and expect from all of our radios. So from an audio standpoint, all three radios are going to sound the same. They're going to have 4-volt RCA pre-outs, giving you a strong foundation for your aftermarket system if you decide to add amplifiers, as well as backup camera inputs. So if you want to retain your factory camera or add an aftermarket one, they're all going to be compatible with a backup camera. They also have an L-shaped chassis, making installation much more flexible, giving you a little bit more space for all your harnesses, as well as your interfaces and all these parts you need to install these radios in a lot of these newer vehicles. Now let's take a look at what's different about each one, starting with the 2000. The 2000 is going to give you wired CarPlay or Android Auto, HD radio built in, as well as iDataLink Maestro compatible. So if the vehicle you want to install this in needs iDataLink, the 2000 is a good option for that, or if you just want to take advantage of those extra features. When you go from the 2000 to the 3000, you get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. That's what the W in the model number's for. But you lose HD radio and iDataLink Maestro. So the 3000 is not going to give you HD radio or that iDataLink capability. And then when you go from the W3000 to the W3050, it's still wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, but you gain the HD radio and iDataLink capabilities. So the 3050 kind of takes the 2000 and 3000 and smashes them together. The 3000 is kind of that purpose-built, somebody that just wants wireless CarPlay, they don't need iDataLink, and they're not worried about HD radio. The 3000 is great for you, and it comes in at a great price point. And then the 2000 is great if you don't really want the wireless CarPlay capability. You're going to plug your phone in every time you get in the car anyway, so you go with the 2000. So that's kind of the difference between each model. Now I want to jump in, open the box, and show you what you're going to see as soon as you open it up and everything that's included. All three radios are going to come with the same stuff, so we're going to take a look at the 3050. All right, so I have a 3050 here. Let's open it up, take a look inside. You're going to turn it to the side, flip the top open, and the first thing you're going to see is all your wires. You have your Sirius XM antenna. So this is where you'll plug in that tuner when you want to add Sirius XM. This is your aftermarket amplifier harness. So this is your front, rear, and subwoofer outputs. Here's your USB extension for your wired CarPlay, but of course it has wireless CarPlay on the 3050. Comes with some screws for mounting the dash kit. This is your harness. With all your speaker wire outputs, your power, ground, e-brake wire, all of those are there. This is your GPS antenna. This is so the radio has better connectivity for CarPlay and Android Auto when you're using navigation. So yes, even the 2000 with wired CarPlay does include a GPS antenna. Definitely want to make sure you connect this and have it on a high point in the dash with no metal above it. That'll just make sure that your reliability and connectivity when you're using Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, especially for navigation, is going to be as consistent as possible. Here is your Bluetooth mic. This is so when you're taking phone calls, whether it's through Bluetooth or on CarPlay or Android Auto, This is so the other person on the other side can hear you. You have auxiliary input and your rear view camera input, as well as your steering wheel control inputs. So this is where you'll connect your steering wheel controls and your backup camera, whether it's factory or aftermarket. Some 3M adhesive clips, as well as your quick start guide and installation manual. Underneath that is where we will find the radio. So we'll pull that out. Make sure we flip it the right direction. Protects it in some plastic. And here you can see the L-shaped chassis that I was talking about. So the dash kit will mount down here, and then you can stick all your harnesses and stuff up here. One thing that I also recommend is, say you're doing this installation in a vehicle and the customer decides that they don't want to use they're not hooking up an aftermarket amplifier yet, right? Well, you don't want to take this plug that you're not using and just throw it in the box, because odds are that customer is going to come back, or you yourself are going to decide, hey, I wanted to add an amplifier, and now you can't find this plug. So I recommend just taping it right here on top of the chassis. So if you ever do decide to come back later and add an amplifier, it's just right there and ready for you, ready to go. On the back here, you'll see here's where you connect all of these extra harnesses. So, each connection, the white goes to the white. This is your GPS antenna input. Here's where you plug your USB extension. This is the Bluetooth microphone. And then right here is your main power input. So, and then here you have your 6.8-inch display. And there you have it. That is everything that'll come in either the DMH-2000, the DMH-W3000, or the DMH-W3050NEX. Everything that's different about each one and what comes in the box. Which one are you going to choose?